man, can you tell us about the day Triple H visited Tough Enough and told everyone to take a bump? Oh, is that when the dude had the balls hanging out?
Yeah. And it was, well, what we didn't know
I remember
was on Tough Enough that guys were going to be coming out and visiting us, like the Hardys came, Kurt Angle came.
Right.
We didn't know. So when Hunter showed up, Austin came. And
I remember some of that. They was not running laps, doing jumping jacks. And what's the kid's name? Josh, or what's his name? The other kid, Chris, turned around, was like, "Where did Kurt or what's the name come from?" I remember that. I did a reaction to the Tough Enough. It was when Triple H came out there, everybody was quiet. He's like, "How you doing?" Take a bump. Go on, take one. Yeah, I remember that. I had to move the video because it's a copyright thing. So it's on Facebook. Whoever cares to look, but I remember that. Yeah. And then Triple H told him because just like what's his name, he didn't like rookies, and I guess he didn't think they were supposed to be there coming off the TV show. But
When Hunter showed up, it was intimidating, but it was also very just cool because here's somebody I've been watching for so many years, and I remember thinking just how big he was. I mean, obviously this is before my steroid use, so at the time I probably weighed 205 pounds.
Right.
And I just remember looking at him and thinking, he's a fucking monster. And
he was 270 back then.
Too, right?
I was probably not as lean as, but at his biggest, yeah, he was a monster. Yeah. But I also remember Renee, like, hitting him in the ring and looking and being eye to eye with him. So at that point, I was like, okay, he's not that much.
Right.
Like, whenever anybody's like, yeah, I want to wrestle, but I'm too small. I'm like, well, you're not Rey Mysterio, and you're not the Big Show. All of us are in between.
Yeah.
Posted. So, but it was, Hunter's speech is what talked that one guy out of leaving because he missed his girlfriend. So Hunter said, "You're out on the road. Your girl's at home. What's she doing? You don't know. What you doing? She doesn't know." And that literally stuck with that guy. He went home, cried, fucking. The next morning was out.
Dude, I
remember some of that.
Much, like working for my dad's territory. Yeah. Guys would come in from like Ontario, and it was and they'd be on the phone constantly with their girlfriend. They just couldn't take it.
Yeah, I remember. I think he said the first week, like 3 or 4 people left. The built dude. He wanted to get married or something, so he was gone. Then the 2 girls left. And I remember a couple weeks later, the one dude kept messing up, and then Al Snow tightened up on him because even if Al didn't get hurt, he could have got hurt. He could have hurt his own self, and then he went on and quit. And I think the one girl hurt her leg or something. Yeah, that was different though. She didn't want it because they said if you keep on, you're gonna tear the whole knee open. So then I remember the one with Stone Cold. The other guy, he ratted the other dude out for talking to his girlfriend. He's like, he was on the phone crying. He said something like, "Tracy, miss you. You gonna go home?" "No, I'm not going." He's like, "That bullshit. You're gonna go home. She told you to come home to baby. You're coming home." And Stone Cold, he was actually going back to being Stone Cold. He's like, you would go home, and she told you to. Know about that? Writing love letters, crying. No, they said it's rough. 300 days a year, and you come. What did somebody was saying? 300 days a year and come home for 2 days, just to basically get some fresh clothes, and that's it. Know about? They said it's rougher than it looks on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember Heidenreich.
Yeah. Heidenreich.
So he would tour Japan. Was it Heidenreich? Yeah, it was Heidenreich. He toured Japan.
He was
right?
a big dude.
And then he was on the phone with his girl the whole time. When he finished the tour, he had a phone bill over $3,000.
Jeez.
That's before cell phones.
Yeah.
He had to call from the hotel, right?
Was this before or after his, like when they redid?
Before. He was touring 01 in Japan.
Gotcha.
And yeah.
Wow.
Fuck, man. Oh, you may have missed my 20.
Oh, just a clip, okay. Yeah, he said it's rough, but I remember that Tough Enough. But I still, like I said before, the season 1 to me was the best one, and I seen them all, except for like the I think season 5. I seen it later because that's when that was it. That was it for the cable, and went to the basic package. You all know if y'all ever had the basic package suck because you don't get shit. You're better off with the internet or something because you don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. The good stuff is all cut out. Now back in the early 2000s, they gave you a better package. Yeah, but now they just. But yeah, on the Tough Enough, if I pick my favorite seasons, probably the first one. The first one, and the season was Stone Cold. That was the last one I seen. So that had to been season 5. Season 6 is the one I saw after the fact. They kept going back and forth, live, and then going to the replay or whatever. I hated that one. I mean, didn't hate it, but I didn't like the way the setup was weird. But then they had a separate show after the fact, talking to the people. I think they got eliminated or almost got eliminated. So that was different. But yeah, the first season. Cause the first season was the only one on DVD, and I think the first season had a soundtrack. But the rest of them, I don't think. Yeah, because the first 3 seasons was on USA. Then it took a break, and I think I went back to USA again, or something like that. But yeah, the first season, yeah, that was the best one.